I wonder how many members of my committee are actually going to read my dissertation. Probably none. What's shaking, unfinished fam? If you've been here before, grab your usual seats. If not, welcome to my Unfinished Chronicles as soon-to-be Dr. Jones, codename Chelsea. Now, in my What is a Dissertation and How to Choose Your Advisor videos, I alluded to the idea of a PhD committee. To upkeep my promise on sharing more information on this, today's video is going to cover what exactly a PhD committee is and how to choose your members wisely. Don't get too hasty. I still need you to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my socials. You did that already? Well then, I apologize for wasting your time. Please, come on in. What even is a committee? It's a group of people that you choose to judge you. I said that right. You and your advisors select some experts to determine what amount of work is worthy of getting a PhD, and they evaluate said work once completed. All right. Formally, a PhD committee is tasked with determining if your dissertation proposal includes a sufficient amount of rigorous and possible research. Then, once completed, they evaluate your work during your dissertation defense to determine if you're going to be granted your PhD or not. I'll talk about how my dissertation proposal went and go in depth of the inner workings of a dissertation proposal and defense in another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to choose your PhD committee and who is on mine. The requirements for the makeup of your committee differ based on your department and your university. Here, I'm going to be giving you some solid advice on the types of people you should choose for your committee and how I strategically chose the people on my own committee. First and foremost, how many people should you have in your committee? Easy, an odd-numbered amount of people. Why, you ask? Simple, because if there's ever a tie of opinions, you always have a person to be a tiebreaker. My program requires that you have at least 3 people on your committee, your advisor who's going to chair your committee, a faculty member from within the department, and a faculty member outside of the department. Y'all remember how I just told you should have an odd amount of people on your committee, and in another video, I had told you that this channel was made for Chelsea 2K17? Well, I currently only have 4 people on my committee. My 2 co-advisors, one of them being at a university abroad, and 2 faculty members within my department. This was a hiccup on my part. I fully intended to have 5 members, but both of my options for that 5th slot, I believed to be harboring ill feelings towards me, and so I decided to stick with just 4 members. I honestly think that this was the best thing for me to do in this situation. Instead of forcing myself to have 5 members, I told my advisors how I was feeling and they supported my decision. So let's chat about who was on my committee and why I chose them. Of course, my 2 co-advisors chair my committee. I'm not going to go into detail about how or why I chose them as my advisors in this video because they're deserving of their very own video. But let me tell you about choosing my other 2 members. Both of my other members are faculty within my department who I've had at least 1 class with. The first that I asked to be on my committee is a heavy hitter in their topic area, which is different from my own, with lots of committee experience and has extensive experience working with both academia and industry. This was important to me because my research is highly applicable to industry and having their knowledge is valuable to my work. I also knew that this person was kind, a tenured faculty member, and a true educator who I could see myself possibly collaborating with after I graduate. I chose them because their research interested me, but also because their career choices resembled something that I could see for myself. My 4th member was a new hire that came at the perfect time. Their research fell within the same realm as mine, and as a junior faculty, when I spoke to them about my work, it felt closely like a peer collaboration. This was an easy choice for me since nobody else in my department really did research in my topic area, and it's a win-win. I get their expertise, they get their first experience as a committee member. Now, let me tell you who I didn't want on my committee. For starters, I didn't want somebody on my committee who might have had friction with somebody else on my committee. Their beef could be my despair. This includes people running in the same circles too. If a member of my committee has friends, family, or collaborators that don't like another one of my members, I'm not even gonna give you the chance to bring me down with you. I also wouldn't have someone on my committee who doesn't know lickety-split about anything that I'm doing. This just makes them feel like they have to contribute in another way, like picking apart elements of my writing that aren't important to the bigger picture. So if my research is on how to make a smoothie, I'm not interested in having an expert interior designer on my committee. Who cares if the backsplash doesn't match the color of the smoothie? I don't. I don't want someone on my committee who has a history of not graduating their own students either. It's not likely that this is going to affect me too much, but I also don't gamble when the stakes are way higher than the reward. Most importantly, you should never pick someone you don't like, regardless of how appealing their contribution may be to your work as a committee member. You shouldn't opt to work with someone that you really don't like. Okay, boom. We know who to ask and who not to ask to be on your committee. What about how to ask them to be on your committee? This is way easier than asking your advisor to be your advisor. My anxiety levels when I asked my committee members to be a part of my squad were at a remarkable high though. I thought that I wasn't in the position to ask for a favor like this because it felt like such a big ask. But while asking one of my members to be on my committee, I realized that it wasn't as big a stressor as I was making it out to be. After I asked for them to be on my committee, I told them how nervous I was to ask them. They chuckled a little bit and said it wasn't as big a deal as I was making it seem and that they would be glad to join my team. These are the type of people that you want on your committee. Faculty that you feel are easy to share your concerns with and act as an extension of your advisors. Don't tell nobody else in my department this, but I have the best committee in my program. Hands down, no argument. I hope that my tidbits of information help you to find the best committee members for you. And if you want some more insight or advice on the whole situation, talk to me in the comments down below. Before I let you go though, I want to let you know a little something. As you begin to pick your committee members, be mindful that you can always change your mind on who you chose before you propose. This happened to me. I had asked a faculty member to be a part of team soon to be Dr. Jones, and for reasons, I decided that I wasn't comfortable with having them on my squad anymore. I decided to let my advisors know what was up, and they advised me to let the faculty member know that I just didn't need them anymore. This was a relief. Because I had asked the faculty member to join my team already, I thought I was going to be stuck with them. But because I hadn't proposed yet, it wasn't too late. So, although choosing your committee members isn't as daunting a task as choosing your advisors, you should still keep in mind that they still have an important role in your success, and you should choose them wisely. I thank you once again for joining me on this Unfinished Wednesday. Please subscribe to my channel and follow my socials. Till we meet again in a few seconds, I bid you adieu.